Somebody kill the game this year. O.F.I.
Yo, truth music, I legislated the word, I never played it. All precepts premeditated, debating you hesitate.
Right.
Observe, you stop and pray. Doctrines keeping holidays, sipping while I'm eating 11. We from the stock of Jacob. Yo, false doctrine, stupid, stay in a sucker's place. You stuck in grace, take work to wipe your plate. We dealing with villains, so they love the fake.
Right.
You know they know that we chosen, so they love to hate.
Which part do you not believe in?
Part where man messed it up.
Okay. Like, can you identify something specific?
From Adam to finish.
Adam.
You gotta read into it.
No, I think he's talking about where man put their hand on it.
Oh, okay.
And anything manifested by man's handwriting is fundamentally flawed.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Okay.
There's no perfect man born.
You came in here to shop?
Yeah.
So when you go up there to shop, the machine's gonna tell you how much money your items are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you give it a specific amount of money that requires change to be given back, you're gonna know how much change to give back, right?
Yeah.
How so? Because of your calculator. What is the calculator?
I'm going to calculate it.
Okay, calculated using what? Mathematical equations? Which was written down by a what?
It was written by a man.
But you
like
trust those mathematical equations, right?
At the very beginning of the question, I stated that not all of it. There's parts of it that I do believe in.
Okay.
But there are parts of it that's fundamentally flawed.
Well, that's why I was asking you to identify a specific part that's fundamentally flawed.
What part?
Should I kill my son if he disrespects me?
Kill your son if he disrespects you. So I know what you're getting at.
No, that's what it says in the Bible.
I know. So I would have to ask you this. Are you saying that that's a part that man put in there? That man wrote?
I'm sure of it because it contradicts itself. The book itself contradicts itself.
Okay.
Thou shalt not kill.
Okay.
But you should kill your son if he rises up against you.
So this is the thing.
That's fundamentally flawed. That's the only part I'm talking about.
Okay.
So I have a good relationship.
Well, not really though, because of that. Like, do you read Hebrew? Actually, the Hebrew says, "Thou shalt not murder."
That's
So when you
kind
go into that perspective, murder.
She trying to get through.
Murder in that context. Murder in that context is actually talking about just killing somebody unrighteously, because we do know there's things like war and things of that nature. The Most High does not tell us that we cannot defend ourselves in the sense of war and different things of that nature. Right. So if you go into the check out the Hebrew. You read Hebrew? All right. Well, we do. We do. You know, the Bible is originally written in Hebrew, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So
Again, that's where you're gonna have problems.
Well,
because no translation is gonna be. You ever played that game as a kid? You whisper in somebody's ear.
Well, we don't want to
by
go
the
down.
time
Right?
it gets to that man,
that's different in translation, right? Because there's one thing if we was basing the translation just based on blind translation or hearsay, but we actually read the ancient manuscripts. You know, the Masoretic text, the Dead Sea Scrolls. You know, the Greek Septuagint, the Texas Receptus. They still here today for you to be scholarly and be able to look at it and do comparative translations. So that wouldn't be the same as like playing telephone.
Right.
The game you talking
that's
about.
a bad night.
And even if you did, with telephone, you start here and you get here, you have the right to go to here, is what the brother tell you.
but that's not the whole
And
purpose of the game itself.
And
But
what's
that's not the purpose, it's just entertainment. Telephone, if you saying the translation is kind of like telephone, let's entertain that. We still got this original person to go back and reference. And that's what the brother
This
sees.
is true. That's all true.
Okay, all right.
And two, you saying that you know for sure man is who put that in there when man doesn't even believe in the concept that you're saying. Because in the court of law, self-defense is different than murder. So that wouldn't even line up because you don't even get penalized for self-defense because they don't consider that murder.
I haven't even introduced like
No.
Listen,
No, the reason why we say
exactly.
That, but you did introduce murder because when you go into the actual Hebrew, it literally says, "Do not murder."
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So the context of that is murder. And then we do believe, to answer a question, because we want to be fair, you asked the question and we didn't give you a straightforward answer, right? Yes, the Bible does say to kill your son if he's in disobedience, right? Because to stop evil from the nation. And we believe in that. We definitely believe in that, right? Because also in terms of we believe in a society where if put it this way, if we were still under those, we still under that law, but if we still went by that in the fabric of our society, we probably wouldn't have all these little degenerate
I'm not
running around. You follow what I'm saying? So we definitely agree with that philosophy and with that law, right? Because this is how, as a nation, we end up rising above all of the stuff that we see right now, these curses that we under.
And that wasn't just for simple disobedience. That's not saying if your child is running around doing flips, then to put your child to death. It was about going against the Most High God.
Yeah.
It's about being disobedient and not being led in a righteous manner, righteousness according to the laws, the statutes, and commandments. So it's basically about if your child is off into idolatry, your child is just going the hell off, your child is going against everything that I'm commanding you to do, that's when something like that comes in place. Not just like your child got too much energy and they running around and knocking stuff off the table, then you put them to death.
And to add, you was chastening that son first. It's not like that's as soon as he did disobedient, it's straight into killing. No, it's a process. You chasten
Right.
him, and you go in front of the elders. We can even put it up in the law. You go in front of the elders, and it's a theocracy, which means a government that was ran back then to the point you have a process before you're even going to do that. A certain level of rebellion, disobedience, after you continue on with this child, then that would be a means for that.
And to get Deuteronomy 32 and 39 real quick.
Gotcha. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32. And what verse you want?
39.
39. Come. And it reads, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me.
So this is talking about the Most High God. Pronounces His power. Go ahead.
I kill, and I make alive.
He said, I kill and I make alive. Go ahead.
I wound, and I heal.
I'm the one that wounds. I'm the one that heals. Go ahead.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand."
So the thing about it is, it's the Most High God that decides to do these things. That's just how He gets down. It doesn't create a contradiction because you read that you would put your child to death if they were disobedient. That's what the Most High God said to do. So it's not that man got in there and saw that God was just all lovey-dovey and He said, "Thou shalt not kill," and then man wrote, "But kill your child." No, it was God responsible for both. Yeah, "Thou shalt not kill," because I'm talking about don't senselessly murder. But I also wrote to you as an ordinance, if this child is being extremely disobedient and not following me, then go ahead and put that child down. He wrote both.
And real quick though, just so we can see it in the law, Deuteronomy 21 and 18.
Bring it out.
If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastised him, will not hearken unto them.
So right there, even showing you they ain't just as soon as he gonna be bad, just kill him. You know what I mean? And we gotta understand this too. A lot of our thoughts is because of this system we got put in. We came here as slaves, correct?
Some of us.
Most of us, right? So it's another people that runs this society, right?
Absolutely.
That we have got taught their ways, which they call westernized, right? But even other cultures today, you can go steal at another country, they cut your whole hand off. Right? So it's different rules to make sure.
Adultery in other countries.
And I don't look at the numbers yet, but I bet stealing is way lower there than here.
Oh, it is.
Adultery in other countries,
Yeah, they stealing.
they'll kill you.
Yeah, chop
bet
your
adultery
Homosexual in other country.
So when you look at the righteousness of governing us to get us together, though, if child just listen and don't be rebellious against the Most High, they live. You know what I mean? You got it.
So that's one. Let's chop down the next contradiction.
I don't have that kind of time.
Okay.
That
Okay.
would be a lot of time.
Let us ask you this.
Oh, you got a lot like that? You got a lot of them?
You got a lot of them?
Any book written. I don't trust any book.
Yeah, but let's just talk about this one specifically.
Right.
Do you have a lot of them? A lot
the
of
Holy
things that
Bible?
you
Contradictions.
Will perceive as will be
the
contradictions.
Bible?
Yeah.
Bible, the Quran.
No, just the Bible,
Just the Bible,
like
though.
a specific things written
Just this
in the
book.
Bible. Do you have multiple occasions where you would label it a contradiction?
Again, yeah. The whole point, I think of the Bible as getting a personal relationship between you and God. So
Okay.
at no
Who?
point,
A eunuch?
No,
You and God.
Okay, I thought you said through a
eunuchs
eunuch
had nothing
God.
to do with this.
No, that's why I was
Eunuchs
throwing
had
off.
nothing to do with
I'm like a
this
eunuch
equation
God.
So the idea that I need a counselor
Uh-huh.
or an elder to question as to what I'm supposed to do in my house doesn't make sense.
That's fine. You know what? We okay with you saying that to a certain extent. Let's just say we don't have an elder or a counselor. That would mean we would only have to rely on the word of God to govern us then.
And now we're back in the circle. Because I believe, this is my belief, we're supposed to take that book and we have to decipher it, right? Because there's truth in it. Absolute truth in it. And
Is-
then there are things in it, again, just because of my mentality, if it was written, somebody messed up. Because nobody's perfect.
But is
Okay,
God
and if
perfect?
you,
Get
not
Psalms.
talking about
Get
God.
Psalm
No, the
68 and
reason why I
11.
asked that
Gotcha.
we're not talking about God.
No,
We're talking about me.
No, but hear me out. The reason why I ask that is because oftentimes, and we understand, because I used to share that same perspective, brother. So I definitely understand, right? But when we say that nobody's perfect, the reason why
Yeah.
I ask you if God's perfect, because the Most High God
Said seven.
can perfectly let His
11.
word be transcribed. We talking about the Most High God, so it's like
That's right.
So that's the only thing that I would challenge your way of thinking of is saying that when we say like, okay, well, because the scriptures have been written by
By
God,
man.
by man, right? Because we know the Most High ain't gonna stick a big hand out of the sky and write in a book, right? So from that perspective,
So let me, hold on, let me leave with this because your brothers are heavy. I give y'all that.
Well, you gonna leave you with one thing too.
But there's a difference between us and the rest of the beasts, right? Because
Us
we all
as in-
animals.
we are creatures.
But we all creatures. There's a difference between us,
Us-
and lions and things like that.
us like as human.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a difference. The difference is our ability to reason. So that's what separates us.
That's one of the things.
You know, that's one of the,
That's
the
one of the
basic
things.
things that he chose and gave us, right? Our ability that we were supposed to be here to govern over everything else, correct?
Certain nations, you know, chiefly the Israelite. Well, let me just ask you
Well, I'm
this
just talking
before.
about the beasts of the earth.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
we're supposed to be here to govern over the beasts of the earth.
You talking about man in
Oh
general?
man,
Man
and,
and animal.
okay,
And
like
the
on
rest
the
of
on
them.
the, on the kingdom
Right,
side.
because there's more than one mammal, right?
Yeah,
We ain't the only
He
mammal.
gave us dominion. We can
Right.
sum that
Yeah.
up. He
Right.
gave us dominion over the beast.
And technically, there are probably some whales way smarter than us. Technically. If you
Well-
want to break it down.
Well-
You know, there may be, but how would we question?
Well,
You dig what I'm saying?
No.
How would we question?
I mean, we wouldn't
How would we
agree
know?
with that because
How would you know?
I mean, there's so many
Well, that's
reasons.
not move the
Goalpost,
goalpost.
yeah,
Let's stay
that-
where
Yeah, we
at.
gotta stay where
What
we
I'm
at.
saying is
Moving the
very
goalpost.
simple.
That's what you wanted to leave us with?
Well, that's why I don't believe in everything in the book. That's why I'll read that book, get what I need out of it.
To this. Is
Read that.
Our ability to know what's right and wrong. You feel it before you even talk. As a kid, you can see kids figuring stuff
That's
out.
subjective, though. We wouldn't be able to agree with that because we not in everybody's mind and know if they feel it. Because we wouldn't say we's in a pedophile mind and know he thinks he's doing wrong. Because
Oh,
he could. Hold on, man. He could. I'm not in
might
his
think
mind.
he's all right.
He might feel that that's right. It's just like it's other countries and
just
other
switch
people
one.
that might feel what they're doing is okay. I'm not in their mind to say you should naturally feel that that was wrong.
Well,
So that's subjective. Can we agree though that
Yeah,
it's
it is
subjective?
subjective.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's cool, man. I
So
get
that
what you're
means, even with that being subjective, we would have to have some type of, because we look at societies, it's always rules.
saying. Yeah, that's
So
what the
it's-
book gives
so-
us as well.
And I don't think that's by a coincidence that every society have leaders and rules and things like that. So the Most High God that created us, He has to have rules. You think?
Oh, I know.
You know He has rules? Where would we find them at?
Again, we go to the book,
Okay.
but then are you supposed to listen to take those words and you know what's in your heart and what God has already given you to be like, okay, don't steal.
Well, how do
makes
we
sense.
know what?
That makes sense not to take something that don't belong to you.
Well, how do we know what is in our heart or in our minds lines up with what God said? Like what? because we can have
Yeah, that's a whole circle of conversation we can have all night. I don't have.
because we can have a bunch of different things in our mind, and we can be saying it came from God. But how will we know if it came from God if we don't even know what God said in the first place?
Well, let me say this too, but even if you looking at the rules, it's like picking and choosing our feelings. So let me give you one. A homosexual, right? He grabbed the word of God. The word of God say don't be a homosexual, but he feel that that's wrong. That's the rule that I don't think is right.
Exactly.
And I think God is telling me that that shouldn't be there.
Now it's like my personal
That's kinda-
feelings. Yeah, it's like my personal feelings tell me this, but is it really that?
Well, I appreciate y'all, brother. Stop it.
All right, we'll leave you with this.
Can I
We'll
leave
you
with this last scripture real quick?
Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and verse 11. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it.
Read that one more time.
The Lord gave the word.
The Lord gave the word.
Great was the company of those that published it.
So he chose great men to publish it. It wasn't just regular men who just, the Lord gave the word, he put it on their spirit and in their minds to write it. Great was the company of those that published it. So he didn't just
praise.
choose just like regular men. That the comparison that you making is like, man is flawed, man does this, man does that. Not to say that the men he chose didn't have flaws, but he chose great men to record his words that he gave to them.
And I think, fairly, from what I gathered from the brother, he ain't saying the original could have been bad.
No,
he
I
said
didn't
once
say
it get down to what we
Down
got
the line.
now,
And you
could
got
have
5
been corrupt.
different
Not
versions
those
in one
men,
book.
but later on down the
That's
line.
what I'm.
But the problem with that is that brother brought out the study of cross comparison and how we can take the original and the translations and see that they saying the same things.
Masoretic text.
Yeah.
Let us get your number so we can dialogue.
Yeah, when you got some time.
I'll tell you about
Okay. I appreciate that, bro.
Let's step over here, Lord.
So which God you believe in?
Get out the way there.
God of the Bible? Okay, now you kind of saying, now you scared us, bro.
I'm saying like I ain't know what y'all.
Yeah, because some people believe in Quran, some people believe in Buddha. It's different
pop over
guys
here?
that
Right,
people
people
believe
believe
in.
in,
So
yeah.
we always try to be
That's
clear.
just how I was raised. You did what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm raised
Hey y'all,
by
come
my
on.
mom, too.
Let's move out the way. We move over here, yeah.
Okay.
So they don't be like, oh,
Yeah,
you know
so
what I'm saying, doing too much.
When it comes to God, let me ask you this: we look at nations of people. Do you feel like God has a chosen nation of people, or everybody equal?
I believe everybody equal.
Okay, when He made all the nations, everybody equal playing field. Okay, we thought that too. So let me read these couple verses. Let me see what you get out of this. See if you see what we see. Okay. Let me get Deuteronomy 1:1.
Okay, I got Deuteronomy 1:1 for you. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Read it out.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
To who?
Unto all Israel.
So I went here to get the audience to see, because a lot of times we grab the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Anybody feel like they can grab it and just talking to the whole world,
Right.
right? Did you think that though? When we grab it, it's just talking to the whole world?
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
I
Now
do.
let's read this one more time. Let's get the audience.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
One more time.
Unto all Israel.
So these be the words which Moses speak to all Israel. So who the audience? It said Moses speak to who?
Israel.
Israel.
Right.
Not the whole world, right?
The whole world. Yeah.
Israel.
Right.
So we know the people, the children of Israel, not just the people that's in the land. He's talking to the actual people of Israel.
Right.
Are you familiar when Moses saved Israel from being slaves out of Egypt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So after he freed them, these be the words that he spoke to them. Give me 7 and 6. So now we got the audience. We know it's Israel. He's not speaking to the world. Let's see
Right.
what else God told Moses to tell Israel.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Uh-huh.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So the Lord chose the children of Israel to be a special people unto himself. Let's see how special.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
One more time.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
How you feel about that?
All people just on the face of the earth.
Yeah. He said above all people. Read it one more time, man. Read it a little louder, bro.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
How special?
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that's upon the face of the earth. Ain't that different than what we got taught? Well, let me make sure.
Right.
Do you feel like the Israelites, according to that verse we just read, are the Israelites equal to everybody?
I believe they're equal, but he's sitting there above everybody.
So what you gonna ride with, the Bible or how you feel?
I mean, all I can ride with is what I was grown to know. You know what I'm saying? I was raised that way. But
You was raised that everybody was equal?
yeah.
Me too. But when we
too.
want to
So,
take the Bible
Y'all
over,
got to learn and understand something different. That's what you're saying. Like, y'all got to get.
yeah, once we started to write, I mean, yeah, we would say that too. Once we started reading it for ourselves, like show the brother the verse.
Right.
You know,
So,
Deuteronomy is in the Bible, so we in the
Deuteronomy in the
KJV Bible.
So KJV right there. This the verse right here that I just read. I can highlight it for you so you can see
Hey,
it.
highlight it for me, King.
Boom. So there go the verse
Yeah,
that we was
sorry
reading
about
right
that.
there, right?
I'm so
How you
tired.
doing?
Okay.
You tired? Can we ask you the same thing real quick? Can we ask you the same thing about this one verse? You believe in the Bible, right? Can we ask you one thing about this verse real quick?
Well, I don't know no verses.
You don't know no verses?
I'm sorry, y'all.
Brother. Hey, brother, if we let believe you're an Israelite, you part of that. God shows the people that he made to be above.
All right, Israel. Yep, Israelites.
Israelites above all
Israelites.
people.
I go to church every Sunday, man. I'm gonna check that out, man.
Damn, cuz.
Everybody is coming down on me, and it makes me feel so bad. Times are changing, I've gotta make my move. It's time to make you understand. Bad times are coming, and I won't be running. I think it's time to take a stand.